Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Your time is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Caroline Flynn is live in Coeur d'Alene, where local businesses are busy preparing for a chocolate-filled weekend. And Mark Peterson says, bring a rain jacket for a pretty rainy Thursday.
But first, to our Olivia Roberts, looking ahead to the end of a statewide ban on flavored vaping products.
The ban introduced by Governor Jay Inslee was passed late last year in response to growing concerns of vaping-related sicknesses and deaths. But now lawmakers are backing down from the proposal to ban these vape products permanently. Instead of permanently banning those flavored vape products, lawmakers in Washington have settled on restricting sales of these products to people 21 and over. It's a decision Inslee's public health policy advisor says the governor is disappointed about, and that they'll continue pushing for the permanent ban on all flavors. The policy changes were initially approved by the Board of Health in October as a response to concerns about the growing number of young people using e-cigarette products. But it was Senator Annette Cleveland who introduced an amendment to the ban. She says while the emergency ban was appropriate at the time, new studies show that not all vape products are a case of e-cigarette deaths. Officials have found that a specific chemical found in certain vape products is a cause of those deaths last year. The amendment still bans products with that chemical, limits nicotine levels, and puts a 37% tax on flavored vape products.
All right, good morning, everybody. In our first alert weather, it is all about the Doppler radar and what's happening to the south of us. A thin band of showers still existing, but more coming in for us later on today, and we're going to see that. Our visibility is limited in parts of North Idaho, and in fact, down into the Palouse, you have areas where you have zero visibility. Use caution. Today's highs, around 38 degrees.
Well, heads up if you or a loved one plans to travel over the mountains today. Officials say crews are working on avalanche control on Stevens Pass today. So they'll be closing the road at 8 o'clock this morning and expect work to take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Police arrested a teenager in North Idaho for shooting two people near downtown Spokane Tuesday. Law enforcement found 19-year-old TREY Galloway in Priest River. He was booked into the Bonner County Jail. Police say he opened fire at an apartment complex near Sacred Heart Tuesday afternoon, sending two people to the hospital. He's expected to be extradited back to Spokane, where he will face 2 counts of first-degree assault. The 2 victims were treated for gunshot wounds and hospitalized. We're still waiting to hear about their conditions.
The Spokane Police Department wants you to know a man with a 40-year history of sex crimes will be calling Spokane home. This is Philip Carl Kramer. He's been convicted of multiple sex crimes over a 40-year period, including 3 rape convictions. He was most recently convicted of communicating with a minor for immoral purposes. Kramer is not wanted by law enforcement, but they want you to be aware when people like him move into the community.
The 2 men involved in a shooting that killed 1 woman and injured several others in Seattle have been formally charged with murder. Court documents show William Tolliver and Marquise Tolbert, both 24 years old, were charged with first-degree murder, 6 counts of assault with a firearm, and unlawful possession of a firearm. The arraignment hearing is scheduled for February 19th.
Well,
For the last 3 weeks, the Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture has been busy setting up its newest exhibit, the POMPEII, the Immortal City. This exhibit is part of the current exhibit, Mount St. Helens Critical Memory, 40 years later, and gives a fascinating look at Italian history. Pompeii gives another perspective on volcanic forces and their impact on a civilization. Pompeii was a thriving city some 2,000 years ago that was buried in ash after Mount Vesuvius erupted. This exhibit provides you an interactive experience inside a theater, features items like window panes and a sliced loaf of bread pulled from archaeological digs, as well as a chance for families to feel like they're part of the story. Pompeii, the Immortal City, opens this Saturday. The MAC is also celebrating the opening with a family day. Kids will have the chance to participate in projects like mosaic making after visiting the exhibit. You've got until May 3rd to check it out.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, Vanessa Bryant sharing a tribute overnight honoring her husband Kobe and daughter Gianna after that deadly helicopter crash.
Be better on the playground. Be better to your neighbors, to your friends, to your moms, to your dads. Because she set a beautiful example.
Bryant posted videos of students, teammates, and teachers gathered at Gigi's school to retire her jersey and remember her short but impactful life.
And the latest on the search for those missing Idaho siblings. Their mother has still not brought them forward, but now new surveillance video is raising questions about her behavior around their disappearance.
All right, if you want to get a head start on Valentine's Day celebrations, or if you just want to eat lots and lots of chocolate, tomorrow is the Chocolate Affair in downtown Coeur d'Alene. It is $15 to enjoy 26 different chocolate stops throughout local businesses, $25 if you want to include wine with it. We've got a link up right now on KXLY.com for you to get your tickets, as well as some more information. But act quick because this event is going to sell out.
A new dining spot opens today in Spokane's West End. Watt's 1903 Spirits and Eatery is brought to you by the same people who run the Saranac Public House downtown. You can find Watt's at 1318 West 1st Avenue. It opens at 11 this morning.
And tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, the USA Men's and Women's Curling Nationals happening at EWU. This week-long event will help decide who will compete in the World Championships. You can learn more about this fascinating sport and the athletes who excel at it.
All right, it is a busy commute. Things are moving along pretty well. Roads are in good shape, but there is some fog out there. Also, there's quite a bit of slush in the outlying areas. Please use caution. Our highs there are going to be in the upper 30s. We're going to see mid-40s for Moses Lake if you're heading west. Heading east into Montana, you're going to find winter weather. Our planning forecast, 38 for the high today. Tomorrow, 41. 20% chance of showers tomorrow, but we see that increased chance for Saturday and a bit of a mix. Rain here, snow up in the mountains. Sunday, well, the Oscars are on right here. It's going to be great. Monday, 40, and then Tuesday, 40 with more shower activity, but starting to cool Wednesday, 34.
Okay, Mark, thank you much.
We'll get ready for that cool down starting next week. All right, local update coming your way at 7:23. Now to GMA.